Hey everyone, welcome back. So guys, I was able to clean up these vocals from this state. Take me back to the place where we first met. Oh, take me back to the place where we first met. Oh. So you can clearly see that this particular vocal is a mess. Wild dynamics, harsh S's, and after processing it, you can see that this particular one now have a more controlled dynamics, tamed S's, and that low end mode properly tracked and controlled automatically. So I was able to achieve this using 3 plugins, 2 from the same developers and 1 from another developer. But before we jump right into that, hit the like if you want the algorithm to push this to more producers who needs this chain. And if you haven't already subscribed, make sure to subscribe and turn on your bell notification for more content like this. So guys, introducing to you Sibalance and Vocride by nclear and ATK Speech Limiter by ATK Audio. So the first thing I did was to control the dynamics, which I used ATK Speech Limiter. I've previously made a video reviewing this plugin. I'll be leaving the link in the description. You can go there and watch it and understand how to use it. So after using this to control the wild dynamics, by adjusting the threshold until I've gotten to the point where it is pulling down those excessive peaks and pulling up those quieter parts, to a reasonable level, then I set the ceiling to the desired level. So this is without it. Take me back to the place where we first met. Oh, take me back to the place where we first met. Oh. So after setting the threshold to the desired level, then now control the outputs with the ceiling. Take me back to the place where we first. Now, if you noticed, this particular plugin has a feature where you can the ease, but in this video, I have another plugin taking care of the excessive S's, so we will not be using it. Apart from that, this plugin has a very powerful the ease feature, and the major reason why I'm not using it is I prefer more how the other plugin that controls S's handles it with the multiple features it came with. So once I'm satisfied with controlling the dynamics, we'll now head over to the Sibalance with Sibilance by nclear. To the left here is to listen to only the Sibalance. Take and as you can see, it's doing an amazing job just by capturing only those S's that you are going for. So once you've gotten it, you use this Sibalance to set how loud the S's will be or how quiet it will be. So in my case, I left it at -7.0, which was the right level for me for this particular project. So let's have a listen to that. All right, let me just capture here. Let me loop here. So then I now use the smooth feature to make sure that the transition from the main voice and where the S's are, blends very well. Then you notice on this focus, I set it on auto so that it will automatically handle my main focus, which is the S's. All right. So now let's have a listen. Take. So if you listen carefully, you notice that the moment it controls that S's in a subtle manner, depending on how you are manipulating it, it gradually allows it to transit back into the voice without clip or clicks, all those unwanted sounds. So just to exaggerate it, let me pull it all the way up and down so that you can hear exactly what is happening. And at this point, I believe you heard it. So it all depends on what you are trying to achieve. Then you can also play with the sensitivity knob. It's all about how fast this plugin reacts to processing the frequency you are going for, if it is for the sibilance or any other thing you want to use it to control. Now, if you notice, it has some interesting features like the grid can switch it to 1/2 or 1, or trust me, I never used this, but I'm just showing you guys. Then you can use the dark theme or the white theme, then the bypass button here. Then once you are done, or once you're satisfied with controlling the S's, then the next thing I did was to go for the unwanted low-end information. And guys, trust me, I will highly recommend this plugin. At first, I wasn't sure about this plugin. I was like, maybe it's one of those plugins out there, until I tried it and I was super surprised at how well it controlled it. And not only that, it was automatically tracking those frequencies that it's tagged to be hum, rumble, all those unwanted low-end information sound in this material. So let me show you what I'm talking about. This is without it. Take me back to the place. Take me back to the place where we first met. Oh, Now listen to the beginning part. This is without it, and now this is with it. Alright, it's subtle, or let me exaggerate it so that you can hear. And this is how it works. Automatically, it will give you 4 frequencies and position them where it's analyzed and feel that those are the places that has those low-end information. Then you reduce them or increase them depending on what you're going for with these gain knobs. Then you control them by reducing those frequencies from here. As you can see, it has one dedicated frequency, which is this, and this is for the gain, then the Q. All right, then this is for the overall outputs. Let me demonstrate so that you can clearly understand what I mean. Take me back to the place where we first met. Oh, take me back to the place where we first met. So all these frequencies will be identified by this plugin automatically, at default. Then with this extra one, this one right here, I believe is maybe to track high frequencies, but you noticed I didn't really use it because we have one controlling that already. So once you are satisfied with the settings, and remember this is just for demonstrating, if you're doing this you need to put in time, and manipulate it to suit what you are going for. So let's say I'm satisfied with this. At this point, we'll render it so that you can see graphically or visually what you've actually achieved. And you can see this. You can actually see this. In Dynamics, it has tamed and controlled it. You can see that. Let's say you're not satisfied. You can further go back here and manipulate your threshold to capture. Okay, let me just quickly show you what I mean. Let's manipulate this a little bit. Now you can clearly see what happens. It has controlled it way much better. So it all depends on what you are going for, what you want to achieve. So you take your time and process it. But don't take it for what I'm saying. Try it out and see if this chain is, something you would go for. And for those who doesn't know about this plugin by nclear, Sibalance and Vocride, they get to know about it and probably get a copy for themselves. Now, if you want to check out review on how I use this plugin to control vocals, the video link will be in the description. And that brings us to the end of today's video. If you found it helpful, guys, make sure to leave a like, share your honest thoughts in the comments, and ask any question if you get confused at some point, and I'll try to respond to every question, to every comment. As always, guys, stay creative, stay focused, and bye for now.